watch over me so jealously.
Have to, with someone as lively as you. If I don't watch you every minute, I might just find you out dancing with the orderlies.
I always did go in for a man in uniform. Have you been sitting here all night?
Of course.
Oh, dear. Next time you're sick with a silly little cold, you're going to expect me to wait on you hand and foot.
Fair's fair.
Oh.
You all right?
Now, if I were all right, would I have married a crazy person like you?
Well, in that case, I hope you never recover.
Don't worry. I think you're highly infectious. And probably incurable.
And there's no antidote.
Felled by the dreaded disease, Travis Scintillitis. No one can laugh.
Hey, you can't go laughing like that around here. Don't you realize that this is a hospital?
Oh, now you told me we were at the Ritz.
I lied. How do you feel?
How do I look?
Beautiful. Any elusive?
I'm fine.
Good. I'll drop in to see you a little later. In the meantime, do you feel up to receiving a handsome gentleman caller?
Excuse me, but she's already got one.
Well, a lady can't have too many.
I was referring to your grandfather. He's waiting outside.
I'd love to see you.
Now, we'll leave you alone.
Still? Yep. They're ready in the conference room. Hi, Monkey.
Hi.
Ellie picked these by hand. I guess Travis beat her to it.
Oh, Granddad, those are lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, you look pretty good. How do you feel?
Like I was hit by a bus, but I'm okay.
Sure you are. Well, I heard what happened. You know, you could have been killed.
I'm all right now, really.
Sure. Yeah, that was a brave thing you did, honey, fighting back like that.
Well, I didn't seem to have much choice.
Well, and most people would have been too scared to even move. Not you. You know, you always did have a lot of guts, even when you were that big.
Was I ever that big?
Oh, well, that big.
And I always had my big, strong granddad around to help me.
Hey, you remember that time when you were a little girl and you spent the summer vacation with us, and I taught you how to ride a bike?
Mm-hmm.
And I ran along the bicycle and held on to you, and then you'd yell out, "It's okay, Grandpa, you can let go, I can do it now."
Yeah, and every time you let go, boom, I fell right over.
Right, oh.
I must have gone through 400 Band-Aids.
At least. And you never cried. 6 years old, and you never cried. I always hated to see you get hurt, honey. Well, that's the way it is. You just wait till you have kids of your own. I don't ever want you to get hurt again, honey. Ever.
Well, now, how could I? I still have my big, strong granddad. Oh.
Doctors, I want to thank you for interrupting your very busy schedules to come to Henderson. You reviewed my wife's case. What, in your estimation, can be done?
My colleagues and I have conferred, and we have come to the conclusion that your wife's condition is not one of infertility. She is able to conceive.
Go on, Doctor.
Well, during surgery last night, the doctors discovered a certain malformation in your wife's uterus.
Well, certainly there's some medical procedure that can be done.
Well, we all made numerous calls to well-respected specialists in the field. Johns Hopkins, London. We've consulted the very best. There's no corrective procedure which will enable Mrs. Santel to carry a pregnancy to full term. I'm sorry.
But you said she could conceive.
She would inevitably abort.
You know, I can't believe that in this day and age that modern medical science can't come up with something
There is research going on every day. Perhaps in 5 or 10 years.
5 or 10 years? Gentlemen, doctors, certainly there's something that can be done. Now look.
Mr. Santel, the best way that you can help yourself and your wife to get through this would be to accept what we're trying to tell you. You'll only cause yourself more heartache seeking a remedy that doesn't exist.
There's a gentleman to see you. Well, he asked me to give you this first. Thanks.
I was never any good at writing letters, even short ones. And you never heard me beg for anything before. But I'm begging you now. Please, let me know you forgive me.
Ask him to come in, please.
Hello, Sonny. Thanks for seeing me. I won't take up too much of your time.
Please. Time is one thing I have plenty of.
What can I say to...
How about some news from the outside world? I'll bet the press has been having a field day.
Actually, they've been pretty fair so far.
What, no, lurid headlines about the great scandal that's rocked our little town?
Everybody's on your side, Sonny. Even your editor called to ask how you were. We're gonna get you out of here.
Not if Matthews has anything to say about it.
Matthews is headed for a big fall, and I'm gonna be the one to see that he gets pushed over the edge.
That's exactly what I was trying to do.
I was wrong, Sonny. I was horribly wrong. I should have trusted you.
No. I learned a very valuable lesson. The only one you can really trust is yourself. Oh, Daddy, I'm sorry.
What have I become? I couldn't even believe my own daughter.
When I came to you, I was so sure that you'd help me. And then to have you push me away like that.
you do it?
I didn't want to see the past happening all over again. I didn't want to see that man taking away someone else I loved.
What do you want? Vincent, I'm so glad to see you. Thank you. Daddy?
Oh.
Daddy?
My darling sister.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, God, I've been so scared. Daddy Bo.
I know, honey. We laid him to rest yesterday. He's with the Lord now. He'll be all right.
Daddy, I miss him so much. If you only knew what he did. Everything he did was for me.
I think it would be polite to give them some privacy.
I'm not paid to be polite.
You certainly do your job well.
Daddy, I was in the hospital when he died. He did that for me.
He loved his baby sister.
And he was a good brother, wasn't he? He took care of me just like you told him.
Oh, of course he was good. Why, didn't he save you from that mean old gander that tried to chase you out of the barn that time? And didn't he used to take you for rides in my old pickup?
He didn't even have a license then either.
No.
You wouldn't let us ride around anywhere but in the backyard. He used to put me on the back of that pickup. And he'd place me there in the back of his bales of hay, and he'd say, "Where to, ma'am?" I'd say, "Oh, I don't know. I guess California."
Bo was always good to Cissy. He did more for her than he did for himself.
He saved my life. In every way that he tried to help me, he saved my life.
I just don't understand how he got messed up in all this bad business I've been hearing about.
No, Daddy. All he wanted to do was make a home for himself here in Henderson. That's all. But he didn't suffer much. No, he talked to me, Daddy, and he was telling me to be careful. He was talking to me. He was dying, and he was asking forgiveness for leaving me alone.
You're not alone, Cissy. We'll all help you.
Yes, ma'am. I know that. There was a man. There was a man Bo wanted me to find. An Ed Perkins. Ed Perkins, Daddy, do you know him?
Ed Perkins? No.
Well, Bo was so worried about it. It was important to him. He said, "Find Ed Perkins. He has Cissy's fortune." That's the last thing he wanted me to do.
Well, then we'll have to do whatever we can, Cissy. All right, folks. You've had long enough with the prisoner.
She is not a prisoner. She's here under police protection.
I said time is up.
Cissy, we have to go, but we'll be back.
I love you so much.
I love you, honey.
I hope the doting husband won't mind if I try to sneak in a little medical attention from time to time.
All right, Mark. But just don't keep me away too long, all right?
I'll only be a minute.
How do you like that, Liza? Less than 24 hours out of surgery, and she's ready to take on the world.
Well, she's all right then.
Yeah, she'll be fine. And doctor thinks that she'll have a speedy recovery.
Well, that's good to hear. We were all very worried about her.
No reason to be worried.
I'm sure. Liza's a woman of great strength.
Well, I'm still concerned about her. It's natural enough after what she's been through. But when I think of what could have happened...
Well, it didn't, so we can be grateful. We can also be grateful for those self-defense lessons she insisted on taking.
I think of how much I resisted that. Martin, thank you for coming.
Oh. Okay, she's all yours. Don't stay too long. I've given her a sleeping pill.
All right, thank you, Bob.
Well, now, how's our gal?
Oh, Martin, I'm so glad to see you.
I go to New Orleans for a few days, and look what happened.
Now, you have more reason to stay in Henderson than my well-being.
Oh, and just what might that be?
I think she's hoping for a wedding, Martin.
And I'm not the only one.
I have no idea what either one of you are talking about.
Now, you just stop being evasive.
Think she's got you trapped.
Trapped? Me? Now, have you ever known me to be trapped?
Is that what you think of marriage? That makes you feel like you're trapped?
Well, I think nothing of the kind. In fact,
Well, don't stop now.
well, in fact, it's time for me to go. I got a wonderful evening planned tonight.
Martin, aren't you going to tell us anything?
Well, I think you're both magnificent. Isn't that enough?
No, I'm not going to be able to sleep all night.
Oh, of course you are. But before you go to sleep, you say a prayer for me now, you hear?
Oh, I'll send it special delivery.
I'll leave you two alone. Bye now.
Bye, Martin.
Oh, I think my sleeping pill is starting to work.
Well, why don't you just let it work? And I'll be here when you wake up. Martin, is there something wrong?
Travis, I've just been mulling something over in my mind, and I can't for the life of me put it into words.
Well, I know that feeling.
Well, words or no words, I'm going to have to get my act together.
Was there anything you want to talk about?
Oh, Travis, I sorely would love to, but it's really something I have to work through myself.
Well, I can understand that, but sometimes when we talk things out, we can see the real issue.
Yes, well, I'm sure you're right, but these are feelings that I have to talk with Joe about.
Sounds important.
Travis, it may very well be the most important talk of my life. Oh, here she is now.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you. You two look so serious. Liza's all right.
Oh, she's fine.
Oh, she's sleeping like a baby.
Good, I won't disturb her then. Would you give her these?
I surely will. She'll be sorry she missed you.
Joanne, you look beautiful.
Well, thank you. You do always think of the right thing to say.
Well, it certainly makes me feel a lot better.
Martin and I were just having a little conversation about how hard it is to put our feelings into words sometimes.
Oh? Now, I can't imagine Martin ever having a problem. You're always so eloquent.
Yes, well, if later on this evening my eloquence seems to escape me, I hope you'll understand. Travis, give our love to Liza, would you?
I surely will.
How would you feel about a walk through the park before we go to the restaurant?
Oh, I'd love it. It's a gorgeous night. Night, Travis.
Good night, you two, and have fun.
I certainly hope so.
Hello, is this C&P Auto Repair? Yes, I'm calling about Mrs. Wyatt's car. White Mercedes. Wyatt, Stephanie Wyatt. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have called the wrong garage. 7 down, 4 to go.